Do you like gambling? Well, I certainly do not condone it, unless my money was not involved.
Come on, go.
So being bored once again, me and my homie joined a game jam. Yes, you heard that right. Again! Yeah, I know my content is like the same shit over and over again, but like that's the only thing I'm semi-good at, so just let me enjoy my comfort zone, okay? Alright, the theme for today is Loop. There were plenty of games that have been thrown around as ideas. We have an anomaly game, and a Deathloop game inspired by the film Boss Level, and then Katana Zero, which is also another Deathloop problem. We don't have much time left because he has a bomb! There's a bomb strapped to my chest! And making a Deathloop system seems to take way too long. We also took out the anomaly game because it just seems lazy to us, and we feel like a lot of people is gonna do that. And then I suggested, why not make a gambling game where you cheat the system by looping back time? My teammates come in and like, we moved on. That's where I decided to call our parents and say they bullied me.
Initially, it was just poker, but it seems to be overscoping because there are so many rules in it. Yeah, I ain't coding that. So we spent the next couple of hours trying to make our main game much more simpler. Alright, so this is the game we came up with. First, you draw 5 cards, and 2 more cards will be face down in the center. Alright, right here, it will be a cut around rule which prompt you the word bigger or smaller. And you have one simple job. Craft a number with your hand that's either gonna be bigger or smaller than a hidden card, based on a rule. To craft a number, place any of the cards in your hand to the play zone on the 10th or 1 slot. So if you put a 1 and a 6, you get 16. So for the card game, we start with a card, of course. I made it so it has a front side and a back side.
Start digging in your butt, twin.
Then I slap a number on it, which is controlled by a card manager. Which then I make a deck manager that gives random card to your hand and 2 cards to the center face down. After that, my teammate made a game manager that controls the current round's winning criteria, which is represented by a red square for bigger and blue square smaller for now. Not gonna lie, the current game looks kinda dark, so I went ahead and drew a couple of pixel art, which still makes it look kind of... So, what happened to my artists, you may ask? Well, they have to attend their annual artist ceremony, celebrated by every single artist in the game development industry. When I take a couple of paintbrush and stick it up, don't believe me? Ask any of your artist friends. They'll pretend to be as confused as you are, because this information is sacred and is not supposed to be public information. And with that, the basic game is done. Next, we have to do the hard part, which is the reversion of time.
It's rewind time.
This is really complicated, so for those that want to hear my yapping, strap in boys. For those who don't bother, hit to this timestamp I guess. Alright, so using a list that takes in system.action, I now allow a dynamic list of functions. With that, I just head to every part of function that visually moves the card. So for those, it will be drawing deck to hand, drawing deck to center, placing card to play zone from the hand, retrieving card from play zone to hand, and placing card to discard zone. Then add said functions, I just add a reverted version of it into the list. Example, if I add a card from deck to hand, then the new function added to the list will be adding a card from hand to deck. So as long as the card moves, the list expands. Then lastly, whenever I run this function, I will first revert the list so the last action will be the first to execute, and then just run them in order. I have to really simplify the explanation as I kinda wanna make sure this video is ADHD friendly. So if you want a full tutorial on this, I can do it if it's highly requested. Alright, back to more tomfoolery. So bada bing, bada we can now rewind time.
Yeah.
Let me add a little bit of spice.
My other friend made this sanity meter system, which makes you more insane the more time you use rewind. He had a couple of cool LSD effects to disorient the player, alongside with the cards being harder and harder to read to the point they just start breakdancing. So to reward his hard work, be sure to like, subscribe and share this video. And while working parallelly, the other teammates worked on the main menu while I did audio. For the main theme's atmosphere, I try to replicate Buckshot Relate's high adrenaline music, but I kinda have like zero music talent, so I took my favorite theme from John Wick and make its quality as shit as possible.
It's very nice.
And with that, another day, another slay. Well, as per usual, the game is right down in the description. And yeah, Bye. Have a great time.